41 actors who ruined their careers in seconds. In the cutthroat world of Hollywood, fame is fleeting. One wrong move can shatter a career built over years. From epic public meltdowns to scandalous revelations, these 41 actors saw their stars fade faster than you can say, box office bomb. Join us as we explore the shocking moments that ruined their careers in seconds. Amber Heard. Following a highly publicized defamation lawsuit, Amber Heard confirmed a $1 million payment to Johnny Depp, describing the ordeal as devastating and claiming it shattered her life. This legal battle stands as one of Hollywood's most notorious. Heard expressed disillusionment with the American legal system following the outcome. The legal proceedings concluded on June 1, 2022, with the jury unanimously finding that Heard had defamed Depp by portraying herself as a domestic abuse victim in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed. The 7-week trial explored the impact of the accusations on both Depp's and Heard's careers. Depp asserted that Heard's statement significantly harmed his acting opportunities, while Heard countered that her career suffered due to Depp's retaliatory claims, including an allegation about fecal matter on their bed. In an Instagram post to her 5.3 million followers, Heard stated, "After a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It's important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder." Heard's future appears uncertain, with limited known projects beyond the Aquaman sequel, and this situation may continue. During an appearance on the Floyd Abrams Speaking Freely podcast, journalist Megyn Kelly commented that Heard's perceived lack of credibility has likely damaged her career prospects. Kelly also referenced an online petition to remove Heard from Aquaman 2, stating, "Hollywood before its woke days has got to be somewhat business-minded and capitalist. There was already a petition with, between 3 and 4 million, maybe it's more now, to get her booted out of the next Aquaman sequel. I think she's professionally ruined for the time being." Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, once a top Hollywood star, has become largely ostracized from the film industry due to a series of hostile incidents and prejudiced remarks. The latest incident involves Netflix's sequel to Chicken Run, which has distanced itself from the 64-year-old actor following Winona Ryder's accusations of anti-Semitic remarks made by Gibson towards her in 1995. Gibson's history demonstrates a recurring pattern of such offensive language, and some of his films have faced criticism for allegedly promoting anti-Semitic themes. In 2010, Radar Online released recordings of an angry voicemail Gibson left for his former partner, Russian pianist Oksana Grigorieva. This incident significantly damaged Gibson's career, leading to his agency, William Morris Endeavor, dropping him as a client by the end of that year. Gibson's controversial actions continued. Fox News reported in 2015 that Gibson, during a 2013 Reader's Digest interview with Peggy Noonan, trivialized the Holocaust while attempting a career comeback. He directed the biographical war film Hacksaw Ridge in 2016, but Ryder's recent accusations have resurfaced Gibson's troubled past, raising questions about his potential to regain the widespread popularity he once held during his peak box office success. Paula Deen. Once a beloved television personality and actress, Paula Deen's career took a sharp downturn after accusations of racism surfaced. A familiar face on shows like Top Chef, MasterChef, and Extreme Makeover. Home Edition, Deen also appeared in the movie Elizabethtown. However, in 2012, Lisa Jackson, the manager of Deen's Savannah, Georgia restaurant, Uncle Bubba's Seafood and Oyster House, filed a lawsuit against her. Jackson claimed Deen regularly used racial slurs, including the N-word, in the workplace. The suit also alleged Dean had envisioned a wedding with an Old South theme, suggesting black men act as enslaved people. During her deposition, Dean admitted to using the N-word in the past, stating, "Yes, of course, that's just not a word that we use as time has gone on. Things have changed since the 60s in the South, and my children and my brother object to that word being used in any cruel or mean behavior as well as I do." She also acknowledged her concept for the themed wedding, explaining that she was inspired by a restaurant she found visually appealing and remarkable. Her ideas were unsurprisingly met with criticism. Following the controversy, the Food Network opted not to renew her contract, despite Dean releasing multiple video apologies. While she later appeared on Dancing with the Stars in an attempt to rehabilitate her public image, the effort was largely unsuccessful. In 2015, Dean further compounded the situation by posting, and subsequently deleting, a photograph of her son in darkened makeup. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, a formerly highly paid television star, earned a remarkable $1.8 million per episode for 2.5 Men before his career was derailed by addiction. His battles with substance abuse and alcohol dependence began in the 1990s, marked by incidents like cocaine overdoses and accusations of assault. His life, plagued by drug-related legal troubles and public scandals, unfolded under intense media scrutiny. While his substance abuse problems were initially sporadic, his 2009 arrest signaled a significant decline. In 2010, production of 2.5 Men was temporarily halted while Sheen entered rehabilitation. Despite attempts at recovery, he was ultimately fired from the show in March 2011, likely a consequence of his self-destructive actions and derogatory comments about the show's creator, Chuck Lorre. Regarding Sheen's current situation, reports indicate he has maintained sobriety for over a year and is currently engaged in 2 television projects, which explore his struggle with addiction and his experiences on 2.5 Men. Sheen stated, "There was 55 different ways for me to handle that situation, and I chose number 56. And so, I think the growth for me post-meltdown or melt forward or melt somewhere, however you want to label it, it has to start with absolute ownership of my role in all of it." He admitted to Yahoo Entertainment, and it was desperately juvenile. I think it was drugs or the residual effect of drugs, and it was also an ocean of stress and a volcano of disdain. James Franco. After facing numerous allegations, James Franco's sexual misconduct, James Franco's career in the film industry has taken a significant downturn. Seth Rogen, a frequent collaborator, has publicly distanced himself from Franco, telling the UK Sunday Times, "The truth is that I have not, and I do not plan to, right now." The controversy surrounding Franco began in 2014, following his Broadway performance in Of Mice and Men. He took a selfie with a 17-year-old fan and later messaged her on Instagram about booking a hotel room. While Franco admitted to sending the messages, he defended his actions during an interview with Howard Stern, stating, "I'm not going to high schools looking for dates. I'm leaving my work, and they're coming there. And my fan base is like 17-year-old girls." In 2018, more allegations surfaced after Franco won a Golden Globe for his role in The Disaster Artist. Actress Ali Sheedy, who had worked with him on The Long Shrift in 2014, posted cryptic tweets suggesting misconduct. Around the same time, actress Violet Paley accused Franco of serious assault via Twitter. Despite Franco denying the accusations during an appearance on Stephen Colbert's show, additional claims emerged in a Los Angeles Times report published in January 2018. Sarah Tither Kaplan and 3 other women accused him of sexual misconduct, adding to the mounting scandal. As the backlash grew, Vanity Fair removed Franco from the cover of its Hollywood issue. By October 2019, several women from the Los Angeles Times piece filed a lawsuit against him for sexual harassment. This lawsuit was settled privately in February 2021, although Franco continued to deny the allegations. These controversies had a profound impact on Franco's career, resulting in his removal from numerous projects. Rogen later told the Sunday Times that he strongly opposes abuse and harassment, stating, "What I can say is that I despise abuse and harassment, and I would never cover or conceal the actions of someone doing it, or knowingly put someone in a situation where they were around someone like that. Acknowledging the strain the situation placed on their friendship. Roseanne Barr. Comedian Roseanne Barr's career trajectory illustrates the significant repercussions that can stem from ill-advised social media activity. Her successful program, Roseanne, was swiftly canceled by ABC following a tweet containing discriminatory language directed at Valerie Jarrett, a former advisor to President Obama. Despite Barr issuing an apology, the network took decisive action. ABC Entertainment President Channing Dungey released a statement condemning the tweet as abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values. The cancellation was a substantial move, given that Roseanne had earned an estimated $45 million in advertising revenue for ABC that year, with projections exceeding $60 million for the upcoming season. At first, Barr attributed her online behavior to the sleep medication Ambien, asserting that it caused her to do weird stuff. Subsequently, she suggested that the show's demise might have been partially influenced by a tweet from co-star Sarah Gilbert, who played Darlene on both Roseanne and its spin-off, The Conners. Gilbert's tweet read, "Roseanne's recent comments about Valerie Jarrett and so much more are abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. I'm disappointed in her actions, to say the least." Barr responded to Gilbert's statement with, "Talk about the lack of accountability there." Actress Lori Loughlin. Actress Lori Loughlin, best known for her role on Full House, saw her love for her children lead to serious legal and career repercussions. She and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, were among over 50 people entangled in a college admissions bribery scheme. Both pleaded guilty to charges of fraud, specifically for misrepresenting their daughters as athletic recruits to secure their admission to the University of Southern California. Loughlin received a 2-month prison sentence, a $150,000 fine, and 100 hours of community service. Giannulli's sentence was more severe: 5 months in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 250 hours of community service. During a video court appearance, Loughlin expressed regret for her actions, stating, "I made an awful decision. I went along with a plan to give my daughters an unfair advantage in the college admissions process, and in doing so, I ignored my intuition and allowed myself to be swayed from my moral compass." The fallout from the scandal extended beyond legal penalties. Crown Media Family Networks terminated its professional relationship with the actress, announcing, "We are no longer working with Lori Loughlin and have stopped development of all productions that air on the Crown Media Family Network channels involving Lori Loughlin, including garage sale mysteries and independent third-party production." Lindsay Lohan. Before Lindsay Lohan became infamous for her wild partying and controversial behavior, she was celebrated for her standout roles in early 2000s films, starting her career on television at the age of 7 with appearances on Sesame Street in 1992. She achieved widespread recognition in 1998 with Disney's remake of The Parent Trap. This success led to roles in other Disney productions, including Get a Clue, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, and Freaky Friday, culminating in her iconic role in the teen comedy Mean Girls. Lohan's promising trajectory took a downward turn as she became embroiled in legal troubles. A significant turning point was a highly publicized DUI car accident in 2007 at the age of 20. Following the incident, she entered rehab but further damaged her reputation by missing scheduled film shoots. Lohan's continued partying, substance use, and reliance on alcohol strained her professional relationships in Hollywood. Later that summer, another arrest for driving with a suspended license and alleged cocaine possession resulted in a guilty plea and a 1-day jail sentence. Despite serving only 84 minutes in jail, Lohan was placed on probation with requirements for community service and participation in an alcohol education program. In a 2013 Daily Mail interview with Piers Morgan, she reflected on the arrest. "From then on, the press were on me all the time. It was the first time I'd taken drugs. I was out in a club with people I shouldn't have been with and took cocaine and got in the car. It was so stupid. She also revealed to Morgan that her initial rehab stint was meant to address the emotional strain of filming I Know Who Killed Me, 2007, not substance abuse. Her dual performance in that film garnered her the Worst Screen Couple and Worst Actress awards at the 2008 Golden Raspberry Awards, contributing to the film's record 8 Razzie wins. Subsequent years saw Lohan ordered into rehab 6 times due to arrests related to drunk driving, reckless driving, and shoplifting. She maintained, "I've never been a junkie and never will be. I just like going out late to clubs with friends and listening to music. Always have done. It's not that unusual for girls of 26 inches. However, Lohan's dedication to the LA nightlife scene ultimately cost her the acting career she had envisioned, leading to lost opportunities due to insurance complications. While Lohan is slowly attempting to return to acting, it remains unlikely that she will ever regain the prominence she once enjoyed. Because YouTube will prioritize interactive videos. Please comment "okay" if you find this video interesting. Thank you. Armie Hammer. Following a series of scandals and speculation that began around 2021, the film Death on the Nile could mark the end of Armie Hammer's career in Hollywood. Once celebrated for his roles in movies like The Social Network and Call Me by Your Name, Hammer's time in the spotlight was brief. Early in 2021, allegations of violent sexual behavior and additional claims about his sexual preferences, including alleged cannibalistic desires purportedly expressed in messages from Hammer, surfaced. Around the same time, a woman named Effie publicly accused him of sexual assault and physical abuse during an on-and-off 4-year relationship. Despite these serious accusations, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office decided not to press charges after a thorough investigation. On social media, Hammer thanked the prosecutors for their diligence, which he felt confirmed his insistence that no crime was committed. He acknowledged that while his name may be cleared legally, rebuilding his life would be a difficult and lengthy process. The controversies resulted in significant professional losses. He was dropped by his agency and withdrew from several projects, including the Jennifer Lopez romantic comedy Shotgun Wedding. After the scandal, there were brief rumors about Hammer working in timeshare sales and living quietly in the Cayman Islands. While he faced no legal consequences, the allegations severely damaged his career, leaving his potential return to the film industry uncertain. Felicity Huffman. Netflix postponed the April 26, 2019 release of the romantic comedy Otherhood, featuring Felicity Huffman, Patricia Arquette, and Angela Bassett. The delay stemmed from Huffman's implication in a widespread college admission scandal, the largest of its kind prosecuted in the United States. The film wasn't canceled, however, and debuted later in 2019. A Netflix insider described the situation as fluid, saying, "It's a wait-and-see situation. No one can predict the future, and no one is trying to. We don't want her personal issues to become the publicity of this movie." Netflix's action followed Huffman's public apology and impending guilty plea related to the nationwide college admissions controversy. Huffman was among 13 individuals who admitted to paying substantial sums to secure their children's placement in prestigious universities. "I am in full acceptance of my guilt, with deep regret and shame over what I have done," Huffman stated. "I accept full responsibility for my actions and will accept the consequences that stem from those actions. I am ashamed of the pain I have caused my daughter, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and the educational community." After her conviction, Huffman served 11 days of a 2-week federal prison sentence and was expected to receive a $30,000 fine, a year of supervised release, and 250 hours of community service. More significantly, the incident severely tarnished her image within the entertainment industry. With a criminal record, Huffman likely faces fewer and... Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl's rise and fall in Hollywood was remarkably swift. She first gained widespread fame in 2005 with the debut of Grey's Anatomy, where she portrayed Dr. Isabel "Izzy" Stevens. While Heigl had appeared in various movies and TV roles prior, her time on Grey's Anatomy, which starred Patrick Dempsey and became one of the most watched television series, marked a turning point in her career. In 2007, just 2 years after joining the show, she secured the female lead in the hit comedy Knocked Up, earning $300,000, a monumental 19,000% increase compared to her earlier paychecks. Her career seemed unstoppable as she achieved a milestone no other regular on Grey's had yet accomplished, winning an Emmy. However, her rapid success soon took a downward turn. Controversy arose when Heigl made headlines for withdrawing her name from Emmy consideration, citing a lack of strong material for her character in Grey's Anatomy's 4th season. "I did not feel that I was given the material this season to warrant an Emmy nomination, and in an effort to maintain the integrity of the Academy organization, I withdrew my name from contention. Additionally, I did not want to potentially hinder another actress's chance who had been given such worthy material," she explained. The statement created backlash among fans, her co-workers, and especially Grey's creator Shonda Rhimes, as many interpreted her words as a public slight against the show. Rhimes responded by pointing out that Heigl herself had requested fewer work hours, which contributed to her character's reduced screen time. This fueled speculation about on-set tensions, with Heigl gaining a reputation for being difficult to work with. Despite rumors about her character potentially being killed off, Heigl remained on the show for one more season. While she continued to land high-paying film roles, negative media attention surrounding her Grey's Anatomy exit followed her. In 2010, after failing to report to set one day, Rhimes agreed to release Heigl from her contract. Rhimes later admitted Heigl's Emmy remarks were hurtful, sharing the lesson, "When people show you who they are, believe them," and famously implementing a know-a-hole policy on her later show, Scandal, which many saw as a nod to Heigl's behavior. After leaving Grey's Anatomy, Heigl struggled to revive her acting career. Films like New Year's Eve, One for the Money, The Big Wedding, and Jackie and Ryan received poor critical reception and underperformed at the box office. As her career declined, Heigl admitted to feeling alienated by the industry that had once championed her. In a 2014 interview with Marie Claire, she expressed her disillusionment. "This thing that was my best friend for a long time suddenly turned on me, and I didn't expect it. I was taken by surprise and angry at it for betraying me." Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes was once a rising star, celebrated for her roles in The Amanda Show and She's the Man. However, like many young entertainers, she eventually faced struggles with substance abuse. Her career took a significant hit in 2012 due to a series of controversial tweets that sparked widespread attention. These included an unusual request directed at rapper Drake, insulting remarks about Rihanna, and unflattering comments about Miley Cyrus and Jay-Z. She also posted harsh self-criticisms online. Adding to the chaos, Bynes set fire to a driveway, including parts of her clothing. Following these erratic incidents, Bynes was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and admitted to a mental health facility. Her acting career came to a halt as she focused on her mental health. Deeply concerned for her safety, her parents petitioned for and were granted a conservatorship in 2013, giving them control over her health and finances to prevent further harm. In the years that followed, Bynes worked to rebuild her life. She enrolled at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles and expressed little interest in returning to acting. Her progress appeared promising, and in 2022, a judge determined that she was capable of managing her own affairs again. With her parents' support, the conservatorship was terminated. Despite this milestone later that year, Bynes voluntarily sought psychiatric help, reporting herself to the authorities. She is currently residing in a mental health facility where she continues to receive the care and support she needs. Monique. After her 2009 Oscar win for Precious, Monique's career took an unexpected downturn. Her next film role wasn't until the 2014 independent movie Blackbird, alongside Isaiah Washington, whose career had also suffered a significant decline, a topic we'll cover later. In a 2015 Hollywood Reporter interview, Monique disclosed that director Lee Daniels had warned her about being blacklisted because of her husband's negotiation tactics. She also publicly accused Daniels of deliberately harming her career because she didn't thank him during her Oscar acceptance speech. This accusation further damaged her already fragile relationship with Hollywood, compounded by disputes with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, whom she accused of conspiring with Daniels against her. The situation worsened in 2018 when Monique accused Netflix of discriminatory pay practices, alleging their $500,000 offer for a comedy special was significantly lower than deals given to other prominent comedians. This resulted in a lawsuit, eventually settled, but Netflix ended negotiations. Monique explained her position on Sway in the Morning in January 2018. "I couldn't accept that low offer because if I did, I couldn't sleep at night. If I accepted $500,000, what does Tiffany Haddish have coming? Because what they'll say is Monique accepted this and she's got that." "So what do they have coming?" Netflix countered with a statement. "We believe our opening offer to Monique was fair, which is why we will be fighting this lawsuit." Michael Richards. Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld, played by Michael Richards, is a character recognized by many. This role remains his most significant contribution to television, entertaining audiences throughout the show's 9-season run. Unlike his fellow cast members, Richards returned to stand-up comedy after Seinfeld, a venture that quickly ended in scandal. A circulated video depicting Richards using racial slurs against a black audience member effectively destroyed his career. In the video, he suggested the individual would have suffered a terrible fate 50 years earlier, and repeatedly used the N-word before abruptly leaving the stage. The 3-minute recording proved disastrous for his public image. Richards attempted to rectify the situation through public apologies and appearances on various late-night programs, including The Late Show with David Letterman, expressing remorse and seeking reconciliation with fans. He also contacted prominent figures in the black community, such as Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. The damage, however, was irreversible. Although Richards has made occasional cameos and appearances since the incident, his career has never fully recovered. During an episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld, Richards admitted that the event continues to haunt him. Years later, he still maintains he is not racist, claiming the situation spiraled out of his control. However, his pronouncements hold little sway with those who hold power in Hollywood. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr., who achieved widespread fame and acclaim after winning an Oscar for Jerry Maguire, has seen his career decline amid numerous allegations of sexual misconduct. His legal issues began in 2019, when he was accused of improperly touching a woman at a venue in Manhattan. By 2020, the number of accusers had risen to 30, leading to charges that included 3 counts of forcible touching and 3 counts of sexual abuse. Additionally, 2 women filed civil lawsuits against him. The seriousness of these allegations, combined with various professional setbacks, significantly tarnished Gooding's reputation. As a result, his presence in Hollywood diminished, with most of his subsequent roles relegated to direct-to-DVD films. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett's story took a strange turn, severely damaging his career through his own choices. Smollett, known for his work on Empire, told Chicago police in January 2019 that he'd been attacked by 2 masked men in a hate crime. This claim later proved false, revealing Smollett had staged the incident and deceived authorities. After a nearly 2-week trial in 2021, he was found guilty on 5 counts of disorderly conduct. His attempt to gain notoriety backfired dramatically. On March 10, 2022, Smollett was sentenced to 150 days in jail, 30 months of probation, $120,100 in restitution to the city of Chicago, and a $25,000 fine. Even after the trial concluded in December 2021, Smollett's lawyers plan to appeal the verdict, with Smollett maintaining his innocence. Irrespective of the appeal's result, the consequences for Smollett's professional life appear permanent. Whether or not the legal system revisits his case, the harm he inflicted upon his public persona and career through his actions seems irreparable. Everything Smollett has done and continues to do reinforces that he is, as Judge James Lynn has said, profoundly arrogant, selfish, and narcissistic, not the type producers want to work with. This observation highlights how Smollett's decisions and continued fight against his conviction only worsen his image within the entertainment world. The controversy surrounding Jussie Smollett is one of the most unusual cases in recent memory, leading to a significant downfall in his career due to his own actions. Smollett, who rose to fame for his role on Empire, claimed in January 2019 that he was the victim of a racially and homophobically motivated attack by two masked men in Chicago. However, it was later revealed that the incident was staged, and Smollett had provided false information to the police. In 2021, after nearly 2 weeks of testimony, he was found guilty on 5 counts of disorderly conduct. His attempt to gain more attention and recognition ultimately backfired. On March 10, 2022, Smollett was sentenced to 150 days in jail, 30 months of felony probation, and ordered to pay $120,100 in restitution to the city of Chicago, along with a $25,000 fine. Despite the December 2021 verdict, Smollett maintained his innocence, and his defense team indicated plans to appeal the decision. Regardless of the outcome of his appeal, the impact on Smollett's career and reputation appears irreversible. Even if his conviction is overturned or reduced, the damage to his public image and future opportunities seems beyond repair. Everything Smollett has done and continues to do reinforces that he is, as Judge James Lynn has said, profoundly arrogant, selfish, and narcissistic, not the type producers want to work with. This statement highlights how Smollett's actions, along with his ongoing efforts to dispute the verdict, have further eroded his credibility and standing in the entertainment industry. Bill Cosby. Once a beloved father figure in American entertainment, Bill Cosby's reputation crumbled after his 2018 conviction on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. Over 60 women came forward with accusations of sexual misconduct against Cosby, whose legal team questioned the accuser's delayed disclosures. However, compelling evidence emerged suggesting Cosby had given sedatives to young women he pursued sexually. The fallout was swift and devastating. Broadcast and film deals were severed, reruns of The Cosby Show vanished from television, stand-up comedy shows were canceled, his statue at MGM Hollywood Studios was removed, and honorary degrees were revoked by numerous universities. Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison, but his conviction was later overturned, resulting in his release after 2 years. Despite his release, industry experts doubt his image can ever be restored. There's no Cosby reunion, there will be no Vegas residency, and there will be no new Jell-O endorsement for Mr. Cosby, articulated Howard Bragman, a veteran PR strategist and crisis management expert. He was not found innocent, he was released on a technicality. I would say the world still believes him to be guilty for the heinous crimes he was charged with, and he's going to live a very O.J. Simpson-like existence for the rest of his life. No one is going to work with him. No studio, no A-list actor or filmmaker, a talent representative expressed. It would kill your reputation, not to mention that you'd have to justify it to your friends and family. How could you do that? He is toxic. Because YouTube will prioritize interactive videos, please comment 9 if you find this video interesting. Your insights and feedback are invaluable as we continue to explore and share more stories. Kevin Spacey. In the Southwark Crown Court trial, Kevin Spacey's lawyer contended that the actor was unfairly judged in the court of public opinion and effectively canceled after the initial accusations surfaced. Spacey's Hollywood presence drastically decreased. He went from a constant figure to virtually disappearing overnight. He was swiftly removed from Ridley Scott's All the Money in the World, December 2017, with Christopher Plummer replacing him as billionaire John Paul Getty in reshoots. Netflix also terminated his role in the popular series House of Cards. Last year, Spacey and his production companies were ordered to pay $31 million in damages related to his House of Cards dismissal, connected to significant sexual assault allegations. Although separate criminal charges against him in Los Angeles, dismissed in 2018, and Massachusetts, dismissed in 2019, were dropped, and a 2022 New York civil trial found him not liable. His career remained significantly impacted. Now, a UK jury has cleared him of all criminal charges related to accusations from 4 individuals who claimed Spacey sexually assaulted them between 2001 and 2013. The defense characterized one accuser's claims as absurd and argued that Spacey had consensual sexual encounters with 2 of the accusers. Spacey admitted to making an inappropriate advance toward a 4th individual, but insisted it went no further. Despite these legal victories, the likelihood of Spacey fully regaining his previous career status remains unclear, though a slight chance of a comeback exists. Were you as shocked as we were by these career-ending moments? Hit the thumbs up and let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye. "25 stars that became homeless or went completely broke." Prepare to be shocked. One moment they were walking red carpets, the next they were sleeping on the streets. Another built a multi-million-dollar empire, only to lose it all and declare bankruptcy. These are the unbelievable true stories of 25 stars who went from fame and fortune to ruin, and their downfalls will leave you stunned. Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid, a seasoned actor celebrated for his appearances in over 90 films, and perhaps most beloved for his portrayal of the bumbling cousin Eddie in the National Lampoon's Vacation series, experienced a drastic and bizarre descent into legal turmoil and financial ruin. Beginning in the late 2000s, a series of increasingly strange events began to unravel his life and career. Interestingly enough, before his acting career skyrocketed, Randy actually received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in the 1973 film The Last Detail. This early recognition makes his later downfall that much more dramatic. In 2009, Quaid and his wife, Evie, were initially arrested for failing to pay a $10,000 hotel bill, a seemingly minor infraction that served as a prelude to far more severe legal battles. They faced accusations that escalated to include fraud and burglary, ultimately leading them to flee to Canada in 2010. There, they sought political asylum, claiming they were victims of a shadowy cabal known as the Star Whackers, a supposed group targeting Hollywood celebrities. "Hollywood is murdering its movie stars," Evie declared in an interview, encapsulating their paranoia and sense of impending doom. Their asylum claim, however, was denied, and after a string of further arrests, they were deported back to the United States. The couple eventually settled in Vermont, but their legal battles continued unabated. Despite his attempts to deflect accountability, the strain of the constant legal pressure was evident, with Quaid once expressing a simple, heartfelt plea: "I just want to be left alone." Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye, the soulful voice behind timeless classics, experienced a tragic fall from grace despite his monumental early success. Initially a Motown superstar, Gaye's life spiraled into chaos, fueled by personal demons and overwhelming financial woes. By the late 1970s, he was drowning in debt, a staggering $9.2 million, with almost half owed in back taxes to the IRS. This monetary burden was exacerbated by fractured relationships and a crippling cocaine addiction. Interestingly, Gaye actually drew inspiration for his later music from his personal hardships and inner turmoil. Attempting to escape it all, Gaye fled to Europe, seeking refuge in a self-imposed exile, while battling depression and his substance use disorder. Despite the darkness, he triumphantly returned in 1984 with Sexual Healing, a testament to his enduring talent. But tragedy struck swiftly. Just months later, at the age of 44, Marvin Gaye's life was cut short when he was fatally shot by his own father during a heated family argument. Corey Haim. Corey Haim shot to fame in the 1980s, capturing hearts with roles in beloved movies like Lucas, License to Drive, and The Lost Boys. He became an instant teen idol, receiving thousands of fan letters weekly and basking in the glow of Hollywood's attention. But beneath the surface lurked a darker reality, While his professional life was soaring, his personal life began spiraling downwards. "I lived in LA in the 80s, which was not the best place to be," Haim once reflected, revealing his early struggles with substance abuse, starting with alcohol and escalating to cocaine and crack cocaine. It was an open secret in Hollywood at that time. Haim frequently attended parties with other teen stars, some who later admitted they were already heavily involved with drugs and alcohol at the tender age of 12 years old. By the late 1990s, Haim's addiction had taken a heavy toll. His once promising career dwindled, leading to severe financial problems, forcing him to live in a garage apartment with his mother. Even after many attempts at rehabilitation, at least 15 trips to rehab, he couldn't break free from his demons. A heartbreaking scene in a documentary showed him disoriented and having to sell personal items to make ends meet. He would sometimes use different aliases when he checked into motels, once even using Corey Feldman's name. In 2010, Haim tragically succumbed to pneumonia, unable to even afford his own funeral. His death served as a harsh reminder of fame's fleeting nature and the destructive power of drug addiction. Corey Feldman mourned the loss of his close friend, saying, "This is a tragic loss of a wonderful, beautiful, tormented soul." A sentiment that perfectly captured Haim's turbulent life in Hollywood. Amanda Peterson. Amanda Peterson, the effervescent teen idol who captured hearts in the beloved 1987 romantic comedy Can't Buy Me Love, met a tragic end after leaving the Hollywood scene in 1994. Returning to her roots in Greeley, Colorado, her life took a devastating downturn, marked by personal turmoil and legal woes. In a twist of fate, just a few years before her breakout role, Amanda had a small part in the iconic TV show Silver Spoons, alongside another young actor, Ricky Schroeder, who also experienced the complexities of childhood stardom and later carved a different path for himself away from the spotlight. Peterson battled substance abuse, leading to multiple arrests for driving under the influence and drug possession. The stark contrast between the bright-eyed starlet of the past and the troubled woman she became was heartbreaking. Her mother, Sylvia, recalled the shock of her death. "She was in bed, and she'd had a wonderful day. It was just a very, very big surprise when Amanda was found dead in her apartment in 2015 from a morphine overdose at the age of 43. Her once radiant smile, which had charmed audiences, faded under the weight of addiction and poor choices, making her almost unrecognizable in the mugshots that documented her encounters with the law. Those close to her witnessed the deep scars left by the pressures of early fame. Her Can't Buy Me Love co-star, Patrick Dempsey, expressed his grief on social media, remembering her as forever vibrant and young in his mind. Lonnie O'Grady. Lonnie O'Grady, best known as Mary Bradford on the hit show 8 is Enough, endured a tragic journey that ended in homelessness and despair. Despite early success, the pressures of fame profoundly affected her mental health. From a young age, she suffered from panic attacks, seeking refuge in prescription medications, a path that led to a lifelong and destructive addiction. It's a little-known fact that Lonnie's older sister, Gail O'Grady, also became a successful television actress, most known for her role on NYPD Blue, further highlighting the divergent paths within the family. After stepping away from acting in the 1980s, O'Grady tried to carve out a new career as a talent manager, but her personal demons persisted. In a desperate attempt to get clean, she checked into a mental health facility for detox in 1998. Shockingly, during her stay, she reported being sexually assaulted by a staff member, a traumatic event that led her to sue the hospital. This legal battle only compounded her stress and financial burdens. As O'Grady's struggles deepened, she became isolated, living in a mobile home, estranged from society. Her friends and family watched helplessly as addiction consumed her. At 46, Lonnie was found dead from a suspected drug overdose, a stark reminder of the hidden battles faced by child stars. "I feel like I have to keep up this idea of who I am," she once said, capturing the immense pressure that ultimately proved too much to bear. Jan Michael. Jan Michael Vincent, who soared to fame in the 1980s as the charismatic helicopter pilot Stringfellow Hawk in Airwolf, earning an impressive $200,000 per episode, concealed a life of profound personal turmoil beneath his Hollywood persona. Interestingly, before his acting career fully took off, Vincent was a talented surfer and even appeared in several surf films in the 1960s, showcasing a different side of his adventurous spirit. "I had a problem with drugs and alcohol," Vincent candidly confessed, acknowledging the demons that haunted him. As his career peaked, his substance abuse intensified, leading to a series of arrests and legal battles. Vincent's health suffered a devastating blow following multiple severe car accidents, one of which tragically resulted in the amputation of his leg due to complications from an infection. These incidents not only ravaged his physical health, but also decimated his professional standing. Once a prominent leading man, he was relegated to low-budget films and faded into obscurity. In his later years, Vincent faced mounting financial woes, including unpaid taxes that loomed over him. His tragic downfall culminated in his death from cardiac arrest in 2019 at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy tarnished by addiction and poor choices. Danny Bonaduce. Danny Bonaduce, a household name from his days as a child actor on The Partridge Family, plummeted into a harrowing period of homelessness and financial ruin after the show ended. The crushing weight of early fame took a heavy toll. By the 1990s, his life spiraled out of control with a series of arrests for drug possession, assault, and even an alleged robbery where he supposedly beat up a transvestite prostitute and stole her money. These legal battles cost him not only his freedom but also a thriving radio career, plunging him into destitution. But before his radio career started, Bonaduce also tried his hand as a stand-up comedian, often opening for his friend and Partridge Family co-star David Cassidy. This path didn't prevent his downfall, though. He once recounted the grim reality of his early 1980s existence, sharing, "I was so broke that I lived out of my car near a dumpster. I would pose for pictures with fans during the day and sleep in my car at night." Imagine the stark contrast. A recognizable face, smiling for photos near iconic Hollywood spots by day, then retreating to the shadows, sleeping in his car by night, his desperate situation masked by the lingering glow of celebrity. This grim existence, living behind dumpsters in his vehicle, continued until Bonaduce finally sought help and embarked on the arduous journey of rebuilding his life. His story transformed from one of substance abuse and homelessness to one of powerful resilience. He conquered his demons and now co-hosts a successful morning radio show in Seattle. Lonnie Willison, a dazzling fitness model gracing magazine covers and shining in the TV series Exposed, experienced a shocking life reversal after her turbulent 2014 divorce from actor Jeremy Jackson. Their marriage was marred by domestic abuse, with Lonnie describing being strangled and beaten, and the deep emotional wounds she suffered. "It took me over 2 months to recover properly." Interestingly, before her marriage to Jackson, Willison had a successful career, even doing commercial work alongside stars like Tom Cruise, showing the height from which she fell. By 2016, the weight of mental health struggles and addiction led to Lonnie losing her home and vehicle, rendering her unable to maintain stability. "I lost 2 jobs. It's been 2 years. I've been on the streets since," she revealed, painting a grim picture of her circumstances. The once radiant personality, familiar to audiences, dwindled, with Lonnie often cited searching for sustenance in Los Angeles, her meager belongings piled in a shopping cart. Her transformation serves as a somber reminder of how quickly fame can fade and the devastating consequences of addiction. Despite attempts by friends to intervene, Lonnie consistently rejected their help, enveloped in hopelessness. "Nobody really cares about me," she stated, expressing the profound isolation that can accompany such devastating losses. Bobby Driscoll. Bobby Driscoll, once a shining star of Disney's golden era, enchanting audiences in Song of the South and voicing Peter Pan, experienced a heartbreaking fall from grace after a meteoric rise to fame. His talent shone brightly early on, At the age of 12, he not only received a Juvenile Academy Award, but was also immortalized with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. However, the transition to adolescence proved brutal. A sudden bout of severe acne changed his appearance, causing casting directors to turn away the once adorable child star. It got so bad that some on-set cruel nickname of him was Acne Driscoll. He lamented, "I was dropped like garbage when I was no longer a cute little kid." A poignant reflection on the disposable nature of childhood stardom. As acting opportunities vanished, Driscoll sought solace in drugs, becoming ensnared by heroin addiction and engaging in petty crimes. His life spiraled downwards with repeated arrests, one for assaulting an unhinged man harassing his father with a shotgun, and a later incident involving a car theft where he burned it. Despite a stint in rehab, his attempts to resurrect his acting career were met with resounding silence. Desperate for a fresh start, he relocated to New York, immersing himself in the city's underground art scene, yet remained largely anonymous. Tragically, at the young age of 31, Driscoll's life came to a desolate end. His lifeless body was discovered in an abandoned Greenwich Village tenement building by children playing nearby. The cause of death was determined to be heart failure, a consequence of the hardened arteries brought on by years of drug use. A stark epitaph for a life ravaged by lost fame and personal demons. The journeys of these stars, marked by both dazzling heights and devastating lows, serve as a powerful reminder that fame is fleeting, but the human spirit endures. Their experiences underscore the critical need for robust support systems and a greater awareness of mental health, particularly within the demanding world of entertainment. Have you ever felt the sting of public criticism or the weight of expectations? Imagine building an empire only to see it crumble around you. These stories are a call for empathy, urging us to approach those facing adversity with kindness and understanding. Did a particular star's struggle resonate with you on a personal level? Share your thoughts and feelings in the comments. Your voice matters. If these narratives have touched you, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Timeless Rewind, and enable notifications to stay connected with more thought-provoking stories that challenge perspectives and ignite meaningful conversations. Let's continue to explore the complexities of the human experience together.